guys who are, are just trying to get your attention and do something positive?
Looking for them to make an impression. No, we've got a lot of guys that are, they're battling for jobs, and some of them not battling for jobs, just battling for their spot in the organization. Might be a call-up situation, might be a roster spot on our team. There's guys that are battling to show what they have. So, with the back-to-back games, there's some guys going in there. There's a couple of guys going to get a first look in an exhibition game, so it'll be interesting to see how they react.
Now, I want to ask you about Zach Cassian. Last year, if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. It was just injuries, and injuries set him back. I guess, what are you seeing in him this year to kind of hope to get him back to where he was a couple of years ago?
Our coaching staff has talked about it just about every day, how motivated he is, how great shape, how hard he's working. And so I think he's going to step back and really have a good year. He was disappointed the way the year went last year. When he came back from the second injury, it's probably the best he played all year, so he's going to try to carry that into this season. So, he's a big piece of our team. He's a leader on our team. We need him to play well. And, we think him and Fogle on that third line can give us some heavy, hard minutes down there that, can help our team in the hard games.
Is that what he needs to do? Does he need to be that abrasive player again, that heavy, hard guy? Last year he was maybe in the perimeter a little bit before he got injured, but is that what you kind of need from him? You need him to be the heavy, I guess.
Yeah, he can play a heavy game. The thing about Cass is he can play a heavy, mean game, but he skates well. He's got good skill. I mean, he's a good player. You can play him with top players. You can play him on a heavy line. So he's a motivated guy right now. I said it yesterday. I think he's going to have a great year.
Dave, the asterisk with preseason results is that it's the preseason, but have standards been established in the first two games by vastly different groups of players? There hasn't been a great deal of overlap that have pleased you. Have you been, at least encouraged by what you've seen from two different groups?
I mean, yeah, when you play two games, and like you say, you asterisk because they're exhibition, but there's some things that we've talked about as a group that we're trying to do well, and, by no stretch were they perfect, but there's things without the puck that we're really stressing that we've done a pretty good job of. So, we'll go in tonight. I think Winnipeg's got a pretty good lineup going tonight, so it'll be a challenge for us to continue to do that tonight. But there's some positives. I mean, just some, you go into, first of all, the goaltenders have all played well. They played a half a game each and haven't given up a goal yet, which is good. But some of the things we're doing without the puck, I think we've got a real conscious group of trying to improve certain things in our game, and they're working at it.
Different players, you've come into these conferences and said, great shape, ready to go, should be poised for a great year. And I'm wondering, a lot of them are players that are still kind of wondering what their role on the team might be. Is it reflective of the increased depth that you have, and has it translated into perhaps as competitive a camp as you could have hoped for?
That's exactly. You got, for players that are coming in and they're hoping to get that spot or challenge them for a spot or challenge for a bigger role, you got to put the work in the summer. You can't just show up in camp and think you're going to do that. So we have a lot of players that are in great shape. I mean, it's good to see, really good to see. And our top players they set the standard, but there's a lot of guys that are coming underneath that are giving themselves the best chance to be successful they can, because they put the work in the summer, and now they've got to put the work in here, and it's showing. A lot of the, not just the games. I mean, there's guys that play well in the games, but you see the practices, like the intensity in practice and the compete level that they've brought to the everyday to get noticed is really raised the level of everybody, which is good.
Hi, Dave. Just to circle back to questioning about Brendan Perlini last night, I'm just wondering if there are any kind of notable improvements or changes that you see in his game from the last time you coached him a few years back.
Maturity. I had him as a real young player, learning a lot about the game, learning how to play without the puck, and he's gone through some ups and downs in his career, and he's matured. He thinks about it. He's a smart guy. He's got great talent, but he just has to continue to improve the play without the puck, and you can tell he's putting a conscious effort into it. You see some of his back checking, seeing some of his wall battles. Those are areas that were, say, inconsistent in his game, and now he's trying to bring that consistency to it. And to me, that's maturity. That's a player figuring it out, and he's a guy that's, he's playing for his career right now, and he's played well the first couple of games.
Just a couple of clarification type of questions. Duncan Keith, is he expected to skate Friday or Saturday with you?
I believe it's Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
It's Saturday, but I think his last day of quarantine is Friday, I believe.
And we haven't asked in a couple of days, any type of update on Josh Archibald and his situation when he could skate with you guys?
Arch is, he skated for a few days, and he's been going, he's having some tests done. He just can't seem to get himself up to speed. He's not feeling like he should be. So the last couple of days, he's had some testing done, and we're waiting the results of that. But he's not getting up to speed like he should be. So they want to just check and see where he's at. So he's set back a couple of days here.
Dave, it seems like you're going to use Xavier Bourgault in a different role tonight. What do you want to see from him on the fourth line?
Can you say that again, please?
It looks like you're going to use Bourgault on a different role tonight. He's going to play more defensively, probably. So, what do you want to see from him?
No, we need him to play his game. We need him to play a good two-way game. He'll get a little bit of power play time too, but we just need him to continue to learn how to compete in the men's game, not the junior game. He's a quick little player, but he's the second half of the Calgary game, he really competed hard in the corners. The rookie games, he was a lot on the outside, so he's got to learn how to play in the men's game, the hard game where you win some battles, get to the net, use his skill to his biggest advantage. So he'll get some time tonight, and we'll hopefully has another good game like he had in Calgary.
And you're using Bouchard for a third game in a row. Is there something special you want to see from him as well that you haven't seen in the first two games?
Bouchard?
Yep.
We're just trying to get him going. He's playing well right now. We just want to get him as many games as we can here in preseason. All right. Ryan.
Just for clarification on Archibald, and I understand we're talking about players, medical stuff, so keep that in mind. Just want to understand if, if this could be longer term or kind of what the potential outlook is here.
Don't know yet. He's he skated and he just wasn't feeling right. So basically, the doctor said we're going to do some tests on him. I think he had some blood work done a couple of days ago that they're waiting for results on. So he's still been around, but there's some concern there. So they just want to get to the bottom of it before they start pushing him any harder.
And just to be clear, I mean, he's tested every day for COVID.
Tested, yeah.
So the assumption is that this isn't COVID related in the moment then.
No, he's tested every day. He's tested negative every day.
Okay, and then just to follow up on that, I know you guys said it would be an ongoing conversation and you'd be working with the player and trying to, to encourage him to get vaccinated. Has there been any movement on that front, or any sense of the direction that this will head in?
Right now, they're worried about his health because, as it stands right now, I don't think he would be eligible to get a vaccination. Just they want to get him. They want to make sure he's healthy before he does anything. So that's the first priority right now.
Good morning, Dave.
Morning.
You've talked a lot about Cassian and Folco, and you like how Cassian looked. In your experience, when you have two guys in the same line, and both of them can have a little bit of a jerk in their game, and that's a positive. Do they feed off one another? Can that be a positive for you?
Yeah, I think it can. You look at, there's times in games when the game kind of, can get ragged, or maybe one team seem like they got a little more momentum. Those guys, all of a sudden, a couple guys like that can go out and change the momentum of a game with a big shift, whether it's physical or getting pucks to the net or whatever it may be, So one guy has a harder time changing momentum than two or three guys do. So that's an area where I think both those players will recognize that, and hopefully they can give us that boost when we need it.
And Cody Cece's going to draw in tonight. It
Yeah.
looks like he's paired up with Lagesson, so kind of that's his own starts and penalty kill, obviously. Where is that kind of how you see
Yeah.
Cody Cece? Is he going to replace a lot of the minutes and situations that you used Adam Larson in on the right side last year?
Yeah, exactly. That's the role he played last year in Pittsburgh a little bit, and that's the role we see him in here. You know, he's got a decent puck game, but you know, we need him to be a penalty killer for us, a guy that can play a bit of a shutdown role, secondary shutdown, and so we'll get him up and going tonight. I'm interested to see how his game. He's been good in practice. We've liked what we've seen in practice, but today's his first game action. It'll be good to see him get up and going.
Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Very quick question for me. Can you explain the duties in between the pipes tonight?
Yeah, Konovala will start tonight, and they'll flip over. Skinner will finish up, but they'll go half and half tonight.